We're back tonight with more local news. The University Grants Committee has rejected City University's proposal to set up a publicly funded veterinary school. The committee says the university's proposal underestimates the finances needed to establish the school and overestimates the market demand for more vets. Ronnie Samtani reports.
This is the second time the University Grants Committee has rejected City University's proposal to establish a veterinary school. This time round, the committee says it's because the proposal does not match a special veterinary school task force's findings on the demand, budget estimation, and employment prospects.
Right now, from our information, we talk to all the stakeholders, including the Vets Association in Hong Kong. Every single person we talk to, including the community and the government, saying that there's no shortage of vets in Hong Kong. The second concern about the budget estimation and business model in some components of the proposal, and we feel that it's underestimated.
CityU estimated the proposed vet school's operating costs to be around $150 million per year. The task force said it would be much more than that, considering that students will have to go through a lot of clinical training. CityU now has the option to self-finance the vet program, but University Grants Committee Chairman Edward Cheng stressed that the university needs to rigorously assess its business plan.
The findings of the task force report for the application for a UGC-funded program would equally apply to a self-finance situation. If CityU were to have a self-finance program on vet school, then it will take more than, every year the school fee, the tuition fee will be $300,000. And if you take 6 years to finish the degree, to graduate, then it will cost you $1.8 million.
Cheng expressed concern about employment prospects after graduation. He added that unless there is a significant change in the local veterinary profession or in the government's policy, he doesn't see the need for reviewing any more proposals for a publicly funded vet school in Hong Kong. Howard Wong, executive director of CityU's life sciences programs, insists Hong Kong doesn't have enough vets and says the university will apply again in 2 to 4 years' time. Wong hopes ongoing postgraduate research over this period would improve the quality of undergraduate vet programs and the chances of setting up a vet school. Ronnie Samtani, TVB News.
9 people have died from complications of flu over the past 10 days in Hong Kong, according to the Centre for Health Protection. The Centre for Health Protection warned today that we are in the peak period for flu this winter. Since January 3rd, there have been 23 cases of serious flu in adults. Among children, there have been 2 serious cases, but no deaths. More than half of those are H1 infection, and that is the swine flu virus. Laboratory test results have seen a jump in the number of positive cases since December. There have been 490 cases this month up till last Saturday, compared with the 134 cases last month. The centre has urged the elderly and young children to get vaccinated as soon as possible because the vaccine takes 2 weeks to offer the immune system protection.
A public housing applicant unhappy about the long waiting time, even though more than 10,000 units are being left vacant, took his case to the Small Claims Tribunal today to seek compensation. As Stephanie Choi reports, some 80 other applicants are planning to do the same.
Representatives of an alliance of low-income families wants the housing authority to pay up. Sunny Leung, a welfare worker, says some members of the alliance are forced to put up with expensive rent for their subdivided flats while waiting for public housing units.
Let's say a 4-person family only pay 2,000 something, and some of them now pay to the private sector nearly $5,000.
With the help of the alliance, Mrs. Lee filed a claim with the Small Claims Tribunal today. Her husband applied for a public housing unit in 2008. Because of a change in the number of people in the household, the family had to start waiting all over again. It has since been almost 6 years, but the government still hasn't given them a flat. The family of 4 is now living in a subdivided flat in Tsuen Wan. Referring to the government's audit report published last October, the alliance says the Housing Authority should have done a better job in allocating the 4,000 readily available flats out of 12,000 public housing units being left vacant. Members of the alliance claim waiting indefinitely for public housing while living in unsanitary subdivided flats have greatly affected their psychological and physical well-being. The alliance says some 80 households will file daily claims with the Small Claims Tribunal to urge the Housing Authority to take action. Hearings will begin next month. Stephanie Choi, TVB News.
All right, Tony, I'm really excited about how our Lena is doing.
She's doing very well, but mixed fortunes for the Williams sisters. Serena doing well, but Venus not so much. Well, let's talk about it. The Australian Open, which is underway down under, and no problems for the women's number 4 seed, Li Na. Li defeated Croatia's Ana Konjuh 6-2, 6-love. Li is a two-time runner-up in Melbourne. Last year, she lost to Victoria Azarenka in the final after twisting her ankle in the championship match. The biggest name to fall on opening day was 7-time Grand Slam champion Venus Williams. The unseeded American was beaten by Russia's Ekaterina Makarova in 3 sets.
I do play really, points really well, and then sometimes I don't put them together as well. And I feel like I have to be patient with myself because I really haven't had a chance to play that consistently. So I think I just have to be patient and keep going and just wait for it to keep coming together more and more.
Well, staying with tennis, and Li Na will play former Australian Open champion Sam Stosur in one of the featured matches of this year's Hong Kong Showdown. A major banking and financial services company is bringing the exhibition back to Hong Kong for a second straight year. The event will be held as part of World Tennis Day on March the 3rd. On the men's side, Czech star Thomas Berdych will play former world number 1 Leighton Hewitt. The matches will take place at the Tseung Kwan O Velodrome. English Premier League now, and Arsenal can move back to the top of the table with a win tonight against Aston Villa. Currently, Manchester City hold the top spot after a 2-0 victory over Newcastle. Jaco and Negredo were the goal scorers in that one. And meanwhile, Liverpool recorded their first win at Stoke, and they did so in impressive fashion, beating the home side 5-3. Luis Suarez scored twice for Liverpool. The Reds are in 4th place, 5 points behind City. In Spain, Real Madrid closed the gap with the La Liga leaders Barcelona and Atletico to 3 points. Los Blancos beat Espanyol 1-0. Pepe scored the only goal of the match in the second half. It was not a good night for Cristiano Ronaldo as he missed several chances. However, he should be smiling later as he is the favourite to win the Ballon d'Or, the award for the world's top footballer.
And if you find it frustrating that charging your phone takes hours, Hong Kong University of Science and Technology researchers might just have the answer. They've developed a type of alcohol-powered cell which takes a fraction of the time a normal battery needs to charge up. Jenny Lam has that story.
The battery that powers this toy car runs on 5 milliliters of alcohol, and it can last for at least 10 hours. The fuel used in this direct methanol cell is made from plant material with the help of solar energy. Researchers hope that fuel cells can be used in mobile phones and environmentally friendly vehicles. Users only need to add alcohol to get it powered up. Professor Zhou Tianshou at the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology explains that the advantage is it saves time. The invention won 2nd place in a prestigious national award given out by the State Council. But the fuel cell needs further improvement, researchers say, before it can be marketed commercially. Part of that is how to reduce the production cost. So it may be another 7 or 8 years before you can power your mobile phone using these more efficient cells. Jenny Lam, TVB News.
And that's our show.
Thanks for watching. Good night.
Good evening. The weather was cloudy and it was cool in the morning. There are sunny periods during the day. And as tonight's situation chart shows, the winter monsoon associated with a ridge of high pressure is affecting the South China coastal areas. Today's temperatures ranged from 12.8 to 16.2 degrees, and the relative humidity was between 60 and 74%. Moderate to fresh north to northeasterly winds. The current temperature is now 13.4 degrees Celsius, with the relative humidity standing at 66%. The cold weather warning is now in force. The fire danger warning is yellow, and the fire risk is high. So, Freddie, how's the weather tomorrow? It will be cloudy at first, fine during the day. Temperatures will range between 11 and 16 degrees. It will be fine and dry with cold mornings in the next couple of days. Tomorrow's air quality health index is forecast at low to moderate. The maximum UV index forecast for tomorrow will be about 6. And here's the latest global weather update. Cloudy in Shanghai and Xiamen. Sunny in Guangzhou and Macau, cloudy in Chengdu. Sunny in Beijing, cloudy in Seoul and Tokyo. Cloudy in Ho Chi Minh City, rain in Manila. Showers in Kuala Lumpur, rain in Jakarta. Sunny in Karachi and Mumbai. Sunny in Cairo. Sunny in Sydney and Melbourne. Showers in Toronto. Sunny in San Francisco and Los Angeles. Cloudy in Amsterdam and Frankfurt. And that's the weather. Have a lovely evening.